Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Thought I'd come on and do a little interview tonight while my cousin was here visiting. She came to get her books and blessed me. So here goes.
Okay, shout out to my cousin on her 2 books. Well, she really has more than two, but y'all make sure y'all get her book. Okay, the journey to self-discovery. All right, Miss Daphne. What happened in your life that made you realize it was time to take your own journey back to yourself?
Well, when I turned 60, it's like all of my off buttons came to on, and I just started analyzing and reflecting. And I realized I had been everything to everybody else, but who was Daphne? I had been all around the world. I had been a mother, grandmother, hairstylist. I've done pageants and had written a couple of books before, but I just needed to come back to the center. And I love when we use the hands when you come back to the center, because when you come back to the center, it centers you with God, and you can spend time with Him and really ask the questions: God, what is my purpose, and what was I sent here to do, and what do you mean for me to do? And 6 decades later, I am here. Journey back to myself.
Okay. Okay. My next question is, you often say, I use my life as a testimony, but I wrote the book for your transformation. What transformation do you hope a woman experiences after reading The Journey to Self-Discovery?
I want her to close that book knowing she is valuable, she is worthy, and she still has purpose. I use my life as a testimony, but I wrote the book for her transformation. I want her to stop putting herself last, stop shrinking, stop settling, and start becoming the woman God created her to be. I want her to claim her wings and soar.
Okay. I like that. I like that answer. If a woman is watching this interview right now and feels like she has just lost herself in motherhood, relationships, work, or simply taking care of everybody else, what would you say to her?
I would say, baby, you are still here. Your dreams are still here. Your purpose is still here. Your joy is still here. You may have poured there. You may have poured into everybody else for years, but now it is your time to pour into yourself. Finding yourself again is not selfish. Sometimes it is necessary for your survival.
That's so true. That is so true. Okay, now we're going to switch to my revelation of men.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Woo!
What was the biggest revelation about men that you had to learn, not from what someone told you, but from what life actually taught you?
My biggest revelation was learning to stop listening only to words and start watching patterns. A person can tell you anything, but consistency will tell you the truth. I learned that discernment is a gift. And when something does not feel right, I do not have to keep collecting evidence until my heart is broken. Sometimes the pattern is the answer.
That's so true. Okay. How is my revelation of men different from a book that simply tells women what men do wrong? What did writing this book teach you about yourself as a woman? That's 2 questions.
My revelation of men is not a man bashing book. It's really about my growth as a woman. Yes, I talk about what I experienced with men, but I also had to look at myself, what I accepted, what I ignored, what I excused, and what I needed to heal. The revelation was not only about the men, the revelation was also about Daphne.
Okay. After everything you've experienced and written about, do you still believe in love? And what does a healthy relationship look like to Daphne, to Mireille Hampton today?
Absolutely, I still believe in love. I just don't believe love should cost me my peace. Healthy love to me is being honest, consistent, safe, respectful, and mutual. I can love deeply without losing myself. My eyes can be open, my standards can be clear, my peace can be protected, and my heart can still be available. I'm not falling blindly in love anymore. I'm standing in love.
I like that.
And those
And
are
you
the
really
secrets.
do, because Everything you do, you exuberate love. You give love to everybody. I've seen you over the years. You always trying to help everybody. And I think that's something that us Sumlin women do.
Right.
We try to exuberate love to everybody, but sometimes we do overlook our own selves.
Yep.
And you have to learn how to take care of yourself too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have so much love to give. I am a hopeless romantic, and I think every relationship that I was in it to win it, you know. And you always say to death do us part, whatever the worst part is, but sometimes things that you go through in life is worse than worse. And I have to admit, I can't function in chaos. I can't function in mess. I can't function in things that just cannot come together with me and edify, Christ. And I've had some wonderful people in my life, wonderful men in my life that had their different quirks and different things. But I also realized in writing this book that men they have their scars and their wounds as well. They have to heal as well. And now that I'm at a different state of mind, I'm not in survival mode all the time. I can look back on the relationships that I've been in, the marriages that I've been in, and think, oh, I can give grace to this one for that, and I can give grace to that one for this, because now I can see clearly with my God consciousness and maturity. They had things that they grew up with that hurt them as well. I had a wonderful childhood, so a lot of the childhood damage and stuff that people have, I didn't have that. So I think I got a lot of it on the back end. I expected things to be like it was in my household, and people were cut from a different cloth and had come from different walks of life, and I had to realize that I can see now, oh, that's why he did this way, or that's why he did that way, or that's why he was addicted to alcohol, or that's why he was dependent on drugs or whatever. I can extend them grace, because grace has been extended to me.
Exactly. Okay. Anything else you would like to add for the readers as they read both of your books?
Just read it with an open heart, an open mind. There's journals in there. There's exercises to help you provoke thoughts, that you may, have not even thought of. Just think about it, reflect on it, and be honest with yourself. Because you can lie to the world, but you can't lie to yourself. And just know that this book was written out of selfishness, because a lot of stuff that I did expose in the book are things that I could have kept private. No one ever had to know. No, my best friend read the book and she said, girl, it's a lot of stuff in that book I didn't even know about, but a lot of it happened years ago, and I don't expound on things that hurt me or things that God has brought me from. I try to move on and not dwell in the past. But I feel like my testimony will help somebody else. And y'all, that's my grandbaby in the background. I've had him all weekend, so if y'all hear that little noise, I always say it's elevator noise. So yeah. But that's about it. Just God is your source. God is your center. Come back to your center. Take time for you. You don't have to wait till you're 60 to see the things that I have now seen. You can start earlier, and you can learn from my book things that you don't have to go through. Don't give yourself away. Don't give yourself away.
Yeah.
And don't give your diamond away for a McDonald's hamburger. And don't put yourself on the clearance rack in Goodwill. And just because somebody didn't handle you right doesn't mean your value changed.
In other words, know your worth.
Know your worth.
Okay.
Know your worth. Okay, y'all. Say hi, Drayson. I think this is the end of the interview because he has entered the screen. Say hi, Day. You say hi, Day. Mwah. Love you guys for free. Most definitely. Thank you, Shanta.
You're welcome.